Your fear of AI is the collapse of humanity.
Well, not the collapse, the abrupt extermination. There's a difference.
Directed by Daniel Roher and Charlie Tyrell, the AI doc, or How I Became an Apocaloptimist, is one of those documentaries that you absolutely have to see, especially if you're concerned about the rise in AI and how it's taking over our businesses and our lives.
I mean, let's just be honest. I know people who work on AI risk who don't expect their children to make it to high school.
Roher's animation is all hand-drawn. We hear about his concerns about the quote-unquote AI revolution. He's nervous about it, and by putting himself in front of the camera and asking really tough questions, he doesn't feel like he's just speaking for himself. He really does feel like he's speaking for all of us who've had concerns.
Why can't we just stop?
And Roher isn't just asking tough questions to himself. He's speaking to some of the top minds in the industry. He's speaking with the CEO of Google, DeepMind, and OpenAI, amongst others, and asking them, and they are very honest in their responses. In fact, it's kind of refreshing to hear what they say and how their answers are not glossed over and perfect.
I want to ask you to promise me that this is going to go well.
That is impossible.
Okay.
But at the same time, Apocaloptimist isn't all doom and gloom. In fact, this is very much a film about him trying to balance those terms, apocalyptic and being an optimist about the state of technology in both hands. And we do hear about the benefits of artificial intelligence. We do hear about the ways that it could change our culture for the better. And it does hold these things in tension in a fascinating way.
Possible.
This is the most extraordinary time ever. The only time more exciting than today is tomorrow.
Maybe the most terrifying aspect of Apocaloptimist isn't the technology itself. In fact, it's that the documentary points out that this is a tool, and it really is the hands of the people who are using it for good or evil, if you will. They're the ones that hold the future in their hands. And as we know, humanity does have a tendency to misuse tools, especially when they're placed in the hands of people in power. That's the scary thing, not the technology itself.
If we can be the most mature version of ourselves, there might be a way through this.
But the AI doc, or How I Learned to Become an Apocaloptimist, really is one of those films that demands to be seen. It handles the topic responsibly, looking at the pros and the cons, leaving it up to the audience to make up their own mind. Because, as the doc says, the future is not automatic.
China, North Korea, Russia.
Whoever wins is essentially the controller of humankind.
The AI doc, or How I Learned to Become an Apocaloptimist, is in theaters on Friday, March 27th, 2026.